Anyway, so one thing you said was about deleting data.
Yeah.
So, have you deleted data yet?
Yeah.
You mean you've deleted it from Wikidata?
No.
No.
Just delete from the CSV file.
Oh, okay, right. So yeah, I was just thinking it's best to leave. You know, if you put the data in Wikidata, it's best to leave it there, and then you can always filter it out with a query and say, okay, I'm not interested in that. Now, my knowledge of machine learning and data mining is not good enough to be able to tell you which technique is suitable for this data. So it might be that I'm surprised that the numbers are, so I estimated about 30% should have no biography, but I think from what you're saying, it's less than that. It's more like maybe 10 or 20%, probably. As far as I know, there's nothing wrong with the data. So have you got some of the queries to hand? Let's get the Google Doc up. What's it, the 19th of July, golly. Where has the summer gone? So I think in your email you said, what did you say? 100, so it's got 180?
Yeah.
So that's 180 out of...
They don't have...
Out of how many? So what percentage is that of the...
About 10%.
So that's 180 out of 1,800?
Yeah,
18. Right, okay. And the 1,800 is what date range you're looking at?
1600.
Oh, you're going right back to 1,600. Okay. So that's, yeah. I wonder, there's some that, it's not this thing, where it says, some of them didn't have, in one of the emails I sent you, for example, in there, where you had your elected in, some of these ones at that time didn't have an elected in flag.
Yeah.
But are you ignoring that now?
No, I have already added...
You've added all the ones you need
Yeah.
back to what sort of date?
When I add some feature like elected in... like this red word.
Now,
I ignore
just because they're red doesn't mean they don't have a biography. So it might be that they do, but it's called a different name. So it might be Roy J. Jackson instead of Roy Jackson, say.
Yeah. But no, I have already added this kind of a person.
So if I look at Roy Jackson, this is the problem with a name like that, is there's so many of them. Do you know which one he is? Must be one of those. That one.
The first one.
That one. That's the disambiguation page. It's probably one of these. Australian politician.
Not politician. Not just
as an artist.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So he's a member of Royal Society since point in time. So the other one is, you're going by you're doing a member of point in time rather. You're not doing because the other way of saying it is award received point in time. So some of them might be marked up as. I should log in really. Show you what I mean. The other way of expressing that is to say award received FRS point in time 2000. But I suspect most of them are. I know all of. There's at least 8,000 with a member of property because that was done manually, or semi-automatically. So yeah, okay. Right. So have you got the query that does the? Have you got a link to the query? I think you might have done it in one of the emails you sent me, mightn't you? Let's do from Yutong. One of your emails had a link to the actual query you were running. I can't find it now.
Just w.wiki.
w.wiki
slash
5TB. If I run that. So what we're looking at, we're looking at 1,600 results in total, and the link count are the ones that have 0. Presumably, there's a load that have 0. So the zeros are 180. Did you say?
Yeah.
So is that too small a percentage to model because you're looking at 180 out of 1,500 odd, and that's too small for that? I mean, there are other. This is where I can't really help you because I don't know enough about the techniques you're using to say, okay, don't use. What was the technique you were planning on using?
Logistic regression and a decision tree.
So I don't know enough about the data. Well, I don't know enough about the methods to recommend a method. Maybe there's another method that you can use that would be better than logistic regression and a decision tree. It might be worth asking. Who would know? I can ask, actually. Let's do it now. So, what was that? W.wiki. It was wiki.5TB. Is it lowercase t? Yeah, T and uppercase B like that. So what I'll do is I'll email Tim Morris, and the other person is not Gareth.
Campbell.
Actually, John. Did John Keane teach you?
No.
So he runs some of the data science courses. The person is Stuart. Yutong. Logistic regression, wasn't it? Logistic regression.
Yeah.
And
the decision tree.
a decision tree.
Yeah.
About 1,600 scientists, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's Stephen Hawking's link count?
140.
It's insane, isn't it? Is he the highest?
Yeah.
Let's just run it again, that'd be easiest.
140.
Oh, why he's not in here? Why is he not in here? That's interesting.
Because just.
Oh, you were just doing recently.
1989.
So if I put in 79, would he come up?
No.
What year was he elected? He was elected
Maybe earlier.
69.
It will sort by the link count, so it just.
So that's interesting, because I'd expect to see the fact that Stephen Hawking isn't in there is odd. Means there's something funny in the data.
Stephen.
Member of. Yeah, so it hasn't. He doesn't have an elected in. That's why. Now I think. When was he elected a member of the Royal Society? It was 1974. So we might need to. Yeah, elected 1974. That page probably gone now because they tend to take these pages down when the person dies.